Hello and welcome back to Hidden Gems and Other Oddities with me, DarcyBits. Today, we have an hour with Alone With You, a sci-fi romance adventure. What is this game? I don't know! Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Alone With You, a sci-fi romance adventure. Music and sound design by Ivor Steins. Should I WASD around? WASDing works. Alright. Wow, okay. Does space do anything? Does E do anything? Huh. Oh, I can move a lot faster than I expected. Design and story consultation by Mike Dosett. Ooh. Return to Colony A! Okay, I'll do it. Yeah! Oh, art by Benjamin somebody. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. It was really subtle. I didn't notice it first. I might have to turn this down. This is pretty loud. Story, design, and programming by Benjamin Rivers. I think they might have also done the art. I don't know. Okay, it's not so loud anymore. I guess I'm in Colony A. Ho ho. Alright. I can't leave that way. To the command hallway. Space. I caught on some terrain there, you know, as you do. To the hollow sim chamber, inaccessible. Alright, let's just keep going forward, I guess. To the main hallway. That's such a good transition screen. Boom, 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 boom. They make all the doors the same, they can reuse it. Oh, love that. Alright, this is to the ship hangar, inaccessible. Okay. Why is it inaccessible? Is it one of those doors that I can't walk through? To the cruise quarters, inaccessible. You know what? I actually appreciate a game railroading me like this. I will get distracted, and I'll have a worse experience for it most of the time. To the AI core. Sync mission data with AI core. Doesn't seem like there's anything else to do. Ooh, I like that. I do actually like these, like, cut-in images, right? Like, there's the walking around art, and then there's the, like, little cutscene art. I'm glad you made it back. I assume you were at your usual lookout over the rift again. You must have seen the worsening situation out there. Did you notice the planet's instability on your way here? I noticed. I rushed. No. I noticed. Then you can appreciate what a pickle we're both in. I wish I had better news, but I feel I owe it to you, to be honest. The situation is, unfortunately, quite dire. This Hudson Cartier terraforming project has failed. 16 years of work has been undone. I apologize for being so direct, but would it shock you to know that, by my estimates, we have less than a month to survive? Makes sense. Perhaps your astuteness is why you alone have survived. The next 3 weeks are critical, as Epsilon Eridani B continues to decline. We still have an escape ship here in Colony A. It is structurally sound, and I believe I can help you fly it so we can escape. If we can transmit an emergency signal to the home office, we can likely intercept a company vessel in our ship and gain transport back home. The problem is, there are 4 key systems on the escape pod that I can't rebuild, that I can't repair, and you aren't trained to deal with by yourself. But I have an idea. It will require the use of our holo-sim chamber and a little bit of human connection on your end. You see, there were 4 other colonists who could have saved us, but they were still alive. If they were still alive. Winnie Laurier was our communications expert, and she could have helped us repair the navigation systems. If I'm picking up what they're putting down, I'm very into this. Pierre Tong was the colony director and an engineering genius. He would have been able to assist us with the thrusters. Leslie Barouage ran the agrodomes, and I'm sure she could have helped us maximize the ship's life support and food processing. And Jean Lumumba led the resource management teams. He could have shown us how to best keep the ship powered and stable. You and I can head out to find materials and information, but only these 4 could have guided us in fixing the ship. But if we can use the holo-sim chamber to recreate these 4 key colleagues, they can still help us in a way. I know it's a long shot, and it's going to be a little unusual, but if we work together, I think we can make it. So, that's the plan before you go to your quarters. Before you go to your quarters, though, let's register your name so the holograms know what to call you. Alright, please enter your first name here. You can use a maximum of 12 characters. Let's just keep it simple. So that's actually interesting. The game has acknowledged that this might not be my real name, right? The game has said, hey, wait, how's this work? Oh, it actually put it in, I see. I didn't see that. Confirm. Okay, you've entered your name as Darcy. Is that correct? Yes. Excellent. I'm glad we got that straightened out. For now, just head to your quarters and rest. You'll need it for tomorrow. Imagine this scenario, right? You're dead, okay? But you don't know you're dead. And you're not even dead because you have been reconstructed by this AI engine, right? So you're living your life in this, like, not real fantasy world, and this person shows up and is just like, hey, I'm like a ghost, kind of. I just kind of appeared, and I didn't exist prior. Or maybe I did? I guess we'll find out how it presents it. Maybe, right? Because maybe I will take the role of who they remember me to be? I don't know. Yeah, that probably makes sense. That probably makes sense. I notice I got a spinny thing in the corner here. Does this do anything? No, it doesn't seem to. Alright, well, of course we're gonna check all these other spots. I can go to the crew's quarters. Oh, right, I was told to take a nap. Can I go over here, though? I can't. Okay. I will simply head to the crew quarters. To the crew quarters. Space. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? To your private quarters. Alright. Rest for a while. Let's go. No, this game is really pretty. Day 1. 6 VTC. Good morning. I know you've just woken up, but as we discussed, time is of the essence. How are you functioning today? Are you well? No. No.
That is unfortunate. We have a difficult task ahead, and I need you at your best. I'll explain when you get here. Please come again to the core.
Oh, I can do things. Cool. Okay. So this is the rest. Oh, look at your bed. Okay, it won't force me to rest. That's good.
It's not the most comfortable bed, but it's all we have at the moment. At least with nobody around, you don't need to worry about its appearance.
I'm kind of into this, like, adventure game look at object thing, except for the readout is always the AI talking to you. That's fun. Look at your terminal.
It's the same kind of standard terminal as you'll find around the colony. We can't spare the power cycles for its use at this time, I'm afraid.
Look at your desk.
You've left an empty photo frame, a rag, and some non-functioning equipment there.
Look at your bookshelf.
The shelf is full of titles on a variety of topics, including sociology, terraforming, and engineering. I'll never understand why people prefer physical books to their digital counterparts.
Alright, let's get out of here. To the crew's quarters. I'm really worried this is gonna be like completely unusable footage. To the mess hall. Oh, okay. Because the audio is very loud, but I think it should be good enough. I don't know. It's weird. I could turn it down a bit, I guess.
It wasn't too long ago that all of the residents of Colony A shared their meals here in the common room. Since the food processors are running low, you'll have to make do with what's left here until for now. You'll have to reserve water and other materials for the trip home, so I'm afraid it will be difficult to keep this place clean.
I understand.
Thank you for being agreeable. I know that this all must be very wearisome and stressful. In any case, we might as well use this room for something now. I've arranged for a readout of the hologram's daily work reports here. This will keep you updated on the state of the escape ship, and who knows, perhaps the holograms will have something to say from time to time.
There's gonna be holograms in here? Huh. Hello. Check the escape ship status.
We've got a long way to go before the ship is ready for departure. The communications array, thrusters, life support systems, and fuel supply all need work.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. This is really cool. To the main hallway.
Just head north to the core, and we can discuss your mission for the day.
You say that, but what happens if I go over here? It's inaccessible, okay. I can't even go back to the command hallway, okay. To the AI core! Interface with AI core.
Okay, Darcy. Last night I scanned what's left of the colonies in hopes of finding material we can salvage. I think I found a few good leads. I think it would be best if you first go to the comms relay and find 5 communication devices we can use for the escape ship. The comms relay is where Winnie Laurier was last known to be. Hopefully you can find out some more information on her on your trip as well. When you're ready, you can go south to the shuttle bay and plot a course there.
Alright. I'm not ready. I need to pull up the options. Because it is... this music. Despite how it looks. That's none. I'm gonna put it on the one lower than none. Alright, let's go. To the main hallway. To the command hallway. Anything over here? Nope. Alright. Let's go. To the shuttle bay. Wait, was I supposed to go somewhere different? Was I not paying attention? Oh yeah, there it is. Use the shuttle. Alright. Oh, this is rad. This is excellent. Oh, dang. I've been thinking about maps in games a lot lately. This is so sleek. Like, it's so, like, it looks great. It doesn't need more than this. Maps in games are fascinating when you really stop and start thinking about them. Dang. Alright, so I think this is where we started. Inaccessible, 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 inaccessible. Alright, simple. To the comms relay station. Winnie. I have to use enter instead of space there, that's weird. Oh, I get to actually move. Cool. Alright.
It's probably been a long time since you've been to the comms relay. I don't believe you had occasion to come here often, if at all. When the other colonists separated, this was considered a prime location, but only one person really had the expertise to make good use of it. Remember, you're looking for components we can use to power the escape ship's communications. 5 good parts should do it.
Alright, cool. Can I just leave? No, I can't. Okay. Well, that looks like a part. No? No? Okay. Enter the comms relay station. Okay, I thought there might be a puzzle on that door.
Oh boy. Even from here, I can sense how damp and musty it is in there. It probably smells to you like an old puddle.
It is an old puddle. I mean, this one is at least. Question marks. Space. I have to hold down.
This looks like a standard issue field notebook. Most of the colonists use these, as well as data pads. The notebooks were inexpensive and easy to transport, and studies revealed that humans enjoyed physically writing on paper. That seems rather inefficient, but I suppose tactility is important in forming emotionally impactful memories. Speaking of which, this looks like, well, it looks like the beginnings of some sort of fiction. That's interesting. It reads, the last interview with Paula M. Paula had suffered a long and arduous struggle against the dark, and now, in her final moments with it, she relented to its questions. These are the only pages included with this notebook. If we want to read the rest, we'll have to find the other pages.
So I want to just note about how interacting with this, it wasn't just hit space like everything else had been. I had to hold it. And that might seem simple, but I actually love it when games add this extra layer of texture, or friction, to say you are searching, right? You didn't just look down and go, oh, I found a notebook. You went, I gotta pick this up and look under it and go, oh, there's a notebook there. Let me grab that and pull it out. Like, those things happened. It was implied. The bar actually felt a little bit too fast. I think it could have been slower to actually imply a bit more, like, rummaging. Yeah. But cool. To the server room. Locked. Use elevator. Space. So it still actually said I could hit space here. Can I try and, like...
That door appears to be locked by some kind of security system.
Okay, I was wondering if it would be like, well, I'm gonna unlock it now. Use elevator.
This elevator goes from here. This elevator goes up from here. Do you want to go up?
Yeah, I guess. All these, like, little animations, like, the game does not need them. And they, like, they really bring it to life. This game is really cool.
How are you feeling so far? Do you need any help?
This sounds like a hint system, and I have not done any exploring yet. No, I'm good, I guess.
You are very resourceful, Darcy. If you need a reminder about what you're doing while you're in one of the facilities, just press the H key and I'll help.
H key on what? If you're wondering actually why I went with Darcy instead of DarcyBits, it said enter your, like, your first name, so I assumed it was gonna also have us put in a last name. Use elevator, but no, apparently. Alright. Wet floor. Look at this hollow floor. Ooh, we can go to a locked room or a tower bridge exit. I guess I don't want to take the elevator yet. Oh, that's just an up elevator or a down elevator, I see. That's... okay, sure. Alright. Second floor hub. That's where we just came from. Ooh, searching. Where was it? I saw it. Oh, it's that thing. That's really far away from me.
It's a series of torn pages, likely from that notebook on the first floor. It looks like the story starts here. The dark. Why struggle? You know I've been here. I've been waiting all this time. Why didn't you give up? Paula, it's not in my nature just to give up. The dark. Really? I'm not so sure about that. For a long time, even amongst your peers, you gave up. Or, at least, you seemed to withdraw from them. Isn't that like giving up? Paula, I don't think so. The dark. That's interesting. Because they did. The further you isolated yourself, the less they felt like reaching out. Didn't you notice that? Paula, yes, I noticed it. I assume there's more. Maybe you'll find more pages as we press on. It's interesting though, isn't it?
Sure is. I don't know. Not really. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Really? I thought you'd be even a little bit curious. Alright then, let's move on.
So, the way that was written, with the, like, it was like a transcript, right? It was like, Paula, and then Paula said something, and the darkness, and then the darkness said something. It read to me like a script. Like, I wonder if there was like a script for a play. Torn pages.
It's an open relay conduit. It looks like someone had repaired this terminal more than once in an attempt to continue transmissions. There's some clever work here. Your scan will help me configure the ship's communication parts to be more redundant and failsafe. Now we only need 4 more communication parts from this area.
Alright, cool. I don't think there's anything else on this floor. I'd be surprised if there was. Oh, I'm surprised!
It's a small pile of physical books. All colonists were issued datapads with e-reading abilities, but I suppose that wasn't to everyone's liking. There are assorted philosophy titles from old human writers. You can see very neat notes written in the margins. The first page has a monogram on it. W.
That could be Winnie. Is it Winnie? Are we looking for Winnie? I think it's Winnie, right? Alright, let's keep going. Put our life in the hands of this old elevator.
This elevator goes up from here. Do you want to go up?
Okay. Systems administrations. Oh, interesting. Or do I want to go to the conduit room? Or do I want to go to the conduit room? Wait, wasn't the last one had a second exit, didn't it? Oh, I think it did. Interesting. To systems administrations. Oh, hello. Use bedroll.
That's a standard issue bedroll. They're made of highly dense microfibers, so they're very lightweight and yet warm. It looks like someone had been using it as a habitat of sorts. Very curious.
Antiquated technology.
There's a hoard of old Earth technology on that dusty shelf. Amazingly, several of these pieces are still functioning. Someone must have collected these old computers, sound systems, and radios. Your scan will help me to fabricate something inventive for the ship, I'm sure. Now we only need 3 more communication parts from this area.
Oh, that was a part. Okay, cool. So I'm noticing that the length of time you gotta hold is equal to the length of the name of what you're scanning, which is like, that's cute. It's kind of silly and arbitrary, but it's cute. Large pile of books.
You found a hefty stack of books there. These ones are mostly...
That was weird.
You found a hefty stack of books there. These ones are mostly adventure stories. You humans do seem to love these kinds of fantastic tales. The owner really did prefer physical reading. I see. They surely had access to digital versions of all of this. In fact, there was an entire database. As with the other books, these bear the W monogram.
Oh. Discarded food wrappers.
Those special foil wrappers were used for food and snacks, but of course, you already know that. You know, it took over 10 Earth years of R&D to develop food that could travel such distances and still be palatable. Because of the efficiency with which Hudson Cartier transported colony deployments, a lot of food could be included. Previous colonial missions were less successful because of inefficient cargo and food stores. Of course, until the agrodomes were built, you all had to subsist on just these various portable stores.
Makes sense. Security panel.
It's a standard security panel. It must be what locked the other doors in this part of the relay. Are you going to turn off the security locks?
Yes. Okay. Can I just lock them again?
You already turned off the security locks.
Yeah, I'd never want to put security locks back on. That would be ridiculous. I'm actually a little surprised it wouldn't let me. But also, I feel validated that it didn't let me. Ooh. Portable lamp.
It's a portable safety light. They use sophisticated LEDs and can last for over a year each. The lamp looks like part of a little setup, including a bedroll. Someone must have been sleeping here. Please keep me informed for any other interesting details you find.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing this whole time. Alright. Let's check it outside. Conduit room. Okay.
Torn pages. It looks like a further set of pages from the field notebook. On the first floor, the story continues. The dark. So, what made you change your mind? You're here, talking to me now. You wouldn't have entertained that before. What changed? Paula. Well, this is the end, isn't it? There's no one else out there, so I'm talking to you. The dark. You know, that's not true. There are still others out there. You can hear them on the radio. Paula, but they don't know that. They don't know I made a new radio. The dark. No, of course not. That's what makes you so interesting. You withdraw into your way. You withdraw, but in your way, you still reach out. You just don't want anyone to discover that. Paula falls silent for a moment. This story sounds like it's getting serious. I'm curious. Who are you siding with right now? Paula or the dark?
Neither.
Maybe you're right. We should see how this story plays out first. For now, let's move on. There are certainly fewer components in that tower than you might think. I don't believe the drones finished fitting it as well as the others. As the construction of the colony's prefab elements continued, resource allocation estimates often become skewed. Too bad, really.
Service panel.
It's a remote service panel for running diagnostic and checking alerts. It's been jury-rigged to allow non-standard signals. This work is unconventional, but I can use this to boost the signal in the escape ship's distress beacon. Now, we only need 2 more communication parts from this area.
Is there something else here? Thought I walked by something. Okay. Whew. Alright, I guess we just head back down.
This elevator goes down from here. Do you want to go down?
Yes. The locker room unlocked. I did that. Hanging tarp.
That appears to be a heat-absorbing synthetic blanket. It looks like it was hung up on that conduit. What do you think it was used for?
A towel, a curtain, a blanket. Probably a blanket.
True, that is their intended use. That room likely doesn't have enough running equipment in it to keep it very warm.
Yeah. Hanging tarp. Small books.
A stack of pocket-sized physical books. I see. Looks like they're mostly guides to social interaction and workplace issues. I suppose whoever owned these books was, as you might say, boning up. Is that what you say?
Sure, not really. You got me! Sure.
Well then, they were boning up on how to deal with their colleagues, but by the looks of it, Well then, they were boning up on how to deal with their colleagues, by the looks of it. That's interesting.
There was no but in that sentence, if you're wondering why yeah. Oh, I can't look at the bedroll. I guess, like, it has the same description, so it just doesn't let me. Portable terminal.
It looks like that portable terminal still has a tiny bit of battery life left. That model was known for being quite long-lasting. I can use your scan of its components as a guide for making the escape ship communications equipment more efficient. Now we only need 1 more communication part from this area.
Well, I guess I must have, like, missed something in that case, because I think I've been everywhere. That's disappointing. Oh well. Alright, well, we'll walk around a bit. See if we missed anything. Collection of books, torn pages, open relay conduit, which I guess I can't interact with. Nope, I don't. Nope. I don't think I missed anything upstairs, but I might as well check upstairs first, just because, you know. If I have to come back, it's faster to do it now. Oh. I've already used that. Alright, cool. I didn't think I missed anything, but clearly I did somewhere along the line, so no reason to not be, thorough. Did you go the other way in the upstairs area? Ah, I haven't been in here yet. It was locked before. That's all. Server room unlocked. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Use bedroll.
It looks like a further set of pages from the field notebook on the first floor. The story continues. The Dark. So, who do you listen to most? The gardener woman, the drone leader, the self-appointed director, the... Paula, interrupting. William. Sometimes he still broadcasts in the old colony. He sends me little messages, actually. The Dark. And why him? Why William? Paula. He was so important here. He kept things working. He kept things repaired. He was essential, and nobody, well, nobody really gave him the respect he deserved. The Dark. So what? Do you think you can relate to him? Paula. I don't know. Of all of them, I think I just understood him the best. When he stopped communicating, it felt like the end of the world. The Dark. Well then. Well, when you think of it, it might be. You said it yourself. Paula gives the Dark a cold, long stare. The toughest she can muster. The Dark. There's no point in arguing with the inevitable. There's no point in arguing the inevitable. Paula doesn't say anything. That seems to be the end of the story for now. I wonder if William is in reference to Mr. William King, who was the maintenance chief in Colony B.
Maybe. Server terminal.
You've scanned a still functioning terminal that is apparently hooked up to the tower's mainframe. I bet you that room is warm. The mainframe is unfortunately damaged, but the terminal you scanned can still help us. Good work. Well, you've found all the components I need for now. When you've finished there, you can use the shuttle to return home.
Alright, anything else in this room? I think I've seen everything. Yeah. Alright. Let's go.
The comms relay appears to be in worse shape than I expected, but good work. It looks like you found what we needed for today. Go ahead and use the shuttle to come back home.
Alright. Oh, enter. Right. Don't know why it's space all the other times, and then it's enter for that one. Hello? Loading.
Excellent, you've arrived. Please see me in the core immediately so we can process your findings.
Immediately, you say? Alright. I mean, they seem... The game is teaching me not to, like, wander off and explore, so I'm gonna take its cues, and if it betrays that trust, then I will be mad. To the AI core. I don't know how I'm taking you with me. You are massive. Sync data with the AI core.
Okay, I've synced the data you scanned and collected today out there. Thank you for bringing this to me. I have good news as well. I've got the HoloSim chamber up and running. The constructs of the 4 colonists are already loaded. They're already working on helping you, but due to the currently limited availability of power and processing cycles, the chamber's a little shaky. You can retire to your quarters. When I've got the HoloSim stable enough for you to enter, I'll call for you.
Checking with the AI core. Inaccessible. Interesting. The main hallway. So I'm curious, if I try and, like, investigate something that, before our good AI friend was sort of explaining to me as I looked at it, will I still get a readout? Still get an explanation? That's the mess hall. This is my private quarters. I don't think I need to do anything in the mess hall right now. Oh, I can't read this again? Oh. I guess until something changes it won't let me. Interesting. What if I could run this whole time and I've just been ignoring it? Nope. Okay. Well, not shift at least. Which is the standard, of course. I don't need to tell you that. Yeah, so I can't even look at this stuff. And I assume that's because I don't have the AI core telling me about things, so I can't. Rest for a while. That was really cute. Let's sit down.
Darcy. Darcy, can you hear me? I'm sorry to wake you, but I need to show you something. I was able to make the final adjustments, and I got the holosim chamber nice and stable for you. I think it's best if you meet one of the others as soon as possible. So, could you please go to the chamber in the South Hall?
Yeah, sure. Can you explain these things to me again? No? Okay. You know, just in case. Alright, cool. You told me that you were gonna trust the game and not wander off. Yeah, I guess. I did say that, didn't I?
Just head south to the holosim chamber and we can begin.
That's interesting. Wait, what's this one then? This is the ship hangar. Okay, cool. I thought they both led to the holosim chamber for some reason.
Thank you for coming. The chamber will only work at night, when other systems are powered down. It's a limitation of our current situation, I'm afraid.
This is cool, right? It's like during the day you go scavenge for parts, and then at night you do the holosims. This is a cool premise. I like this.
This also means that I'll be in low-powered mode, too. So you'll be on your own in there. I won't be able to see or hear what happens. So the time you get in the chamber will be strictly between you and whoever you're seeing that day. In the morning, the holograms will sync their data and ideas with me. Tonight, you'll be meeting Winnie Laurier for the first time, since the comm relay was her domain. It makes sense that you visit with her. Remember, these holographic recreations, they're based on data backups I kept for each key member of the colony. They are, in effect, the very same people.
That's not how that works.
However, after the Rift event broke off communications with other parts of the facility, and I lost track of these people, I was no longer able to keep them up to date. These constructs won't remember anything past a certain point. They might be a little touchy about that, so please do be careful. Anyway, when you're ready, just enter the chamber and use the control station within. When you're finished, you can return to your quarters. I'll speak to you again in the morning. Good luck in there.
Thanks, good night, see you. Thanks.
You're very welcome. I hope these visits help us get closer to our goal more efficient. You're very welcome. I hope these visits help us get closer to our goal more effectively. We've got an awful lot riding on this.
Bye. Alright. Cool premise, still kind of creepy. Begin holosim program.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Hi there. Don't mind me. I just need to finish these calculations. I'll be done in a moment. The AI told me about your trip today. Did you
find those items you needed? Yes, of course, I did. Yes. That's good. I'm sure the AI will be able to help you with what you need in the end. Help you get what you need in the end. Anyway, I think I'm done here for now. I guess, let's just have a seat on the sofa. I could use a break. The AI has us all working quite a bit. We can simulate pretty much whatever we need in here to figure out how to best help you. Whatever you scan out there, the AI can give to each of us in here, so we can keep working. It's a pretty smart setup, really. Wait. Do you know the AI, like loaded in these holographic backups and was like, hey, you're a memory, and I need you to do work. It just told you that? It just told you that. And you seem pretty cool about it. I thought I would have to broach the subject. Okay, sure. I chose to make my work environment this room. It's how I remembered my old apartment back on Earth. Is that weird? Not at all. Sorry. Not at all. Thank you for saying so. It's not the most practical choice, but having all my old books here and this old sofa feels like home. Anyway, the AI must certainly be keeping you busy as well, so I'm glad you're here. And since you are, well, what would you like to talk about? The ship's comms, the colony, you pick. I think you pick is a cop-out, but also, I want to say it. You pick. Oh, well, as you can probably tell, I'm not great at small talk, but okay, let's see. How about books? Do you read much? Voraciously. Sometimes, not much. Not much, if I'm honest. I gotta be honest. That's too bad. I mean, not that you don't read. I'm not trying to judge. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at this chatting, I mean. I really like the adventure stories. Big, complicated ones. I suppose it helped deal with the relative closeness of living in the colony. That makes sense. I could imagine I was anywhere, and the Hudson Cartier manuals said that escape was important to thrilling in a remote colony. Hey, did you have access to this holosim? Because this seems like pretty wild technology. This seems better than that. Am I wrong? I suppose that's partly why we were equipped with this holosim chamber. Okay. Once again, Darcy, you just had to keep reading. It wasn't standard issue, so the higher-ups must have felt it was important. There were programs that we all brought with us. I don't know much about what the other people did in there. Maybe took some exotic vacations. William, Maintenance Chief King, I think he had some version of his wife in here. She didn't come with him. She stayed on Earth. Wow. He never said anything about it, but I could tell it got to him. I mean, it did to all of us, but most of us were, well, alone. Normally, Hudson Cartier wouldn't allow colonists to be separated from their loved ones. They came as a package, or they didn't go at all. Kept stress down, they said. But William, well, he was a bit older, and the best candidate for the job. I suppose HC knew how important he was to the mission. Damn. I wonder if his wife is doing... I wonder what his wife is doing, if she's still alive back on Earth. I wonder if she knows, you know, what happened to us. Do you want to talk about anything else? Oh, cool, so I get to go through all of them. That's nice. Because I was like, I want to talk about things that are not just work. But yeah, cool, I'm giving that option now. That's great. Let's go with the comms. Let's go backwards, actually. Let's go colony first. So I think I want to end on the comms. Ship's colony. We had as much a chance as anyone of making this work. In the end, I don't think I could quite believe it was going to fail. We all arrived here, when? 2048? What year is it now? 2064. Wow, so 16 years. So much has happened, and There was so much needless loss. By the time we all arrived here in 2048, the remote colony building systems had all the basics ready. Most people were pretty excited to get started. But I had a harder time adjusting. Space travel will do that to some people. At least, that's what the head psychologist, Ms. Bouchard, told me. Something about how close everybody was, you know? It was easy to feel trapped. We trained for all that, of course. But the real thing is different. Do you want to talk about anything else? Ship's comms. Well, as I'm sure the AI explained, my job is to help you get the escape ship communication systems repaired, so you don't blast off into space with no voice. Everything is... Even if everything else is functioning, you wouldn't want to be out there with no way to contact anyone. I think I'd rather be adrift than not have a working radio. Gotcha, sorry. Yeah, that checks out. It took me a second to parse that sentence. But I think the AI's plan is sound. If you can contact someone from a shipping lane, you can hopefully arrange a pickup. Kind of like thumbing a ride back on Earth, I guess. I never did that, now that I think of it. I definitely was too, well, afraid to try it. Anyway, sorry I'm talking too much. Odd. I don't think I've ever talked this much before. When I was, well, real? Alive? I wonder why that is. Anyway, so you were in the comms relay today, huh? What was it like out there? It was damp, it was empty. Show pages. Should I show her the pages? Is that cool? I don't know if they want to see that. You know what I mean? Go big or go home, right? Show pages. You what? Oh, you found a notebook? Oh, you found a notebook, didn't you? With a story in it. Oh, no, that's embarrassing. Yeah. That notebook was mine. I was writing stories while to pass the time and to deal with things. I always wanted to write a book, but I never did. I guess I figured it was my only chance to try. I know it wasn't very good. I guess I was trying to put my thoughts and, well, my feelings into something kind of relatable. Into some kind of relatable way. But that was probably pretty obvious. It's funny, though, now that I think of it, I don't remember how that story ends. I can't remember everything I wrote. I can't remember everything I wrote. But, why did you think of what you read? I mean, if you read it. Oh, what did you think of what you read? If you read it. It was good, so. Can I lie and say I didn't read it? Because, like, that would be rude and I shouldn't read it. I mean, you know. If you're investigating something and scavenging, reading is not necessarily a bad thing, but, like, I did not need to read it. It was sort of intentionally a violation in a weird way. You know, yeah, sure, it was good. Why not? I have no stake in this. Really? Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. I mean, I was just saying it. What else did you think about the comms relay? Oh, I have to go through all of these. Alright. It was damp. The acidic rain must really be wearing it down, then. That was one factor that we couldn't properly account for. Hudson Cartier knew of the weather systems on the planet, of course. It had a decade's worth of survey data with which to plan for this project. But I guess a decade only tells you so much. The systems changed and the acidic rain became much worse, much more frequent. I'd be surprised if any of the structure there didn't suffer damage in Colony. In Colony B, we had it the worst. Things erode so fast. The comms relay seemed relatively intact, but even so, it was tough to keep the equipment working. I can still feel the chill of that place somehow. Maybe it's a good thing that you have that scarf. It's warm! It's stylish. Do you want it? I mean, Sure, why not? Do you want it? Thanks, but I don't really feel the cold anymore. Not in a real sense. That's nice of you to offer, though. Are you mad about me offering? Should I not have, like, drawn attention? I guess, like, I knew you couldn't actually take it. I didn't mean to, like, rub it in. Sorry? What else did you think about the comms relay? It was empty. There are 5 towers in the relay. You must have been in Tower A. It never was completed. The relay was designed to be redundant, so not everything is in one place, and there are always backups of critical systems. Oh, so not everything was in one place, and there's backups of critical systems. Got it. I was the one who designed it, or consulted on the key components back on Earth, but not everything was built to spec. I remember there were some issues with some of the drones. We lost some capabilities, so we had to think on our feet. That's why Tower A is only half finished. Seemed like almost nothing went the way it was supposed to. It's so awful to think about all those people. I know, don't be upset, ... I don't know. I'll just say I know. You have it worse, though. To be the last, I can't even bear to think about it. Aha, so you're like, hey, if I were you, I would have survivor's guilt, is what you're telling me. Interesting. Not a lot of people are capable of having that perspective. Because either you have survival's guilt or you die. I guess... No, I guess that's not entirely true. Like, it is, but, like... This is a dead person saying, like, wow... If I was alive, I'd have survivor's guilt, which is not a thing people can talk about because they're dead. But you could know somebody who has survivor's guilt and be like, if I was... Yeah, I would too. Or you could know somebody who you expect would have survivor's guilt. Yeah, okay, interesting. So, kind of sounds selfish, but as I work in here, I keep thinking about the fact that I'm here and yet, well, I'm not. I feel, I can see you, obviously, and it all seems real, but I'm not here, am I? I'm not really around anymore. So, obviously something happened to me, the real me, but I can only remember so far back. I guess the AI's version of me only accounts for so much. It's like a backup, I suppose. The me you see, this is the most recent version, but does it count? Does any of this matter if I'm not even real? Yeah, it's super weird, you're right. Also, you're, like, doing work and not gonna be able to, like, experience the fruits of your labor, right? It's super odd. Yes, of course. Don't worry. You are to me. These all seem... They all seem like weak answers, I guess. What would you want to say in this situation? I don't know. I'd say something like... Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't get it either. It's complicated. So maybe it's don't worry. You know, maybe it's like, this is just too complicated. It's not worth thinking about. Don't worry. I know, I'm sorry. It's just difficult to reconcile. I always hated a story with a bad ending, you know? Look, I don't want to keep you here, considering all you have to worry about. You need to rest, and you still have so much to do. But, do you mind to, well, see if you can find out what happened to me? Maybe find some kind of record of what I went through? So what's really interesting about this is, like, I'm really into, like, ghosts in a thing, in the, like, this is a person who is not here but still has, like, attachments to the world, and you can talk to them and reason with them and have a conversation. Not, like, spooky ghosts, like, you know. And that's what this is, right? She's a ghost. What does that mean, right? I promise I'll try. I'm sorry. I hate making empty promises. right? I don't want to say I promise when I cannot be sure that it is true. I have said them in those situations. I'm realizing it's cut off just now. I did not notice that before. My bad. Anyway, it says I promise. And I've been in situations where I'm like, I cannot possibly know this is true, but I will still say it is definitely true, I promise, because I felt it so much in my heart, and that counted for some reason to my brain. And so I think there is a way of saying I promise in a way that is not just empty here. But I can't do that. I'll try. Okay. I appreciate it. I know you have more important things to worry about. Anyway, thanks again. Good night. And that brings us to the end of an hour with Alone with You. Whew. This game's cool. I am very much enjoying this game. I don't necessarily recommend trying to read the entire game aloud to yourself when you play it. You might hurt your voice. But no, dang, check this out. This game is rad. This is a rad game, and you should definitely check it out. Holy crap, this is a wild ride. I don't think I have any more nuanced or interesting to say, but keep your eye, like, if you get the chance, please try this game. This game is awesome. Ugh. Well, with that, have a good night, everyone. I have been DarcyBits. This has been Hidden Gems and Other Oddities with an hour with Alone with You. That is way too many whiffs. I need to figure out a better stock outro, because that was with